And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you and either they're chiefy. So let's try and learn something together today. Website is dadmodepod.com. Tweet at me at dadmodepod, or just use the hashtag dadmode. Also on Facebook. Also on iTunes. Also on iHeartRadio. Also on Stitcher. It's a big deal. Moving on up to the east side. Joining me in studio, as always, is Uncle Nick. Hello.
Hey, Andy, how's it going?
At Nickerson on Twitter. All right, now, I don't know if you want to delve into the bombshell you just dropped on me.
Oh, yeah, we can do that if you want.
But Nick is not the person who I thought he was.
Very few friends really know about it because you don't really talk about it in a situation. But for those who don't know, like my family situation, how I lived and grew up, my mother had two sons, my brother Nate and myself.
And Mark Wahlberg. Wait, no, 4 brothers.
Were they 4?
It was Mark Wahlberg, Andre 3000, and 2 other dudes.
Oh, you're talking the show.
4 brothers. Underrated movie. Sorry, go ahead.
I never seen that. I gotta do that. Okay, so my mother had 2 kids, my brother and myself, and both from 2 different parents. They're 2 different fathers, which it's common. If relationships don't work out, there's always this. But what few people don't know is that the 2 fathers are brothers. So me and my brother are both half Filipino because we both have Filipino fathers, and they just happen to be brothers.
Had a Filipino daddy. Oh, Filipino Daddy, band name, called it. Boom.
I'm sure that exists out there.
Arif says I've gotten a lot better at it, just picking out band names. It's good. They're all over the place. But yeah, that's literally dad mode. I had no idea that you and your brother are technically cousins.
Yeah, it's something. Growing up, we never. I never connect with me until like watching Jerry Springer. I'm like taking a step back. It's like, whoa, this is actually really weird. But in our family, we never kept it weird. My father and my brother's father, they're brothers. They get along fine. And it was it was really no big deal. My mom got along with both of them well. It's just that the marriage didn't work out with my brother's father, and my mom and dad technically were never married, but they just lived together. But it was just things worked out, and and we stayed a somewhat happy dysfunctional family, as most Americans are.
Yeah, I feel like everyone talks about the nuclear family from the 50s. You got the suburbs, the 2-car garage, the chicken in every pot. You got the 2.5 kids, and mom and dad are still together. No, that's not really the thing.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think
having the half kid around, come gimpy.
Bob. Titus did a TV show. Titus that you and I love watching. They did it. They did it great. It's you're a stronger person, I think, coming from dysfunctional.
Well, because dysfunctional is normal. Like, how many kids do you know growing up came from divorce or mixed families or like step-by-step families where they all get together? Then they have the mutant baby, where it's like the 2 step parents get together, and it's like, yeah. Like, how often do you see that? It's very rare, and this might be an indictment on society or just might be accepting reality. How rare is it that you see mom and dad stay together? They got the 3 kids. There's never any issues. There's no infidelity. There's no money troubles. There's no kid getting a DUI and then hitting some dude on an on-ramp and then the mom going to jail and taking the fall, that whole thing. How many families do you see that? Not very many, especially in this state.
Sounds like a great restaurant idea. I think it's 50%. It's definitely like, 1 or 2 and a couple. But a lot of people, they just like obviously my situation here, I don't talk about it. I don't advertise it. Imagine my speech class if I started off with that. Do you think Andy would be friends with me still?
I don't know. Well, your money would have spent the same at the poker game.
We don't talk about fun. Talk about poker.
All right, so let's get into our topic. Oh, it's back to school because you see all the things and all the back to school sales and all the notebooks and protractors and backpacks and bullshit is out at the stores, and we're gonna have to gear up for this with Muggsy and future kids. Pretty much okay with it. I remember when I was going back to school, you always got the couple of nice outfits, maybe a new pair of jeans, a couple of shirts, and it's like, oh yeah, you gotta look cool, gotta keep up. We gotta get the Tommy Hilfiger. We gotta get the Jordan stuff. Yeah, we gotta look cool. And then looking back, it's all stupid. It's like, who cares?
Oh, it's ridiculously stupid.
Yeah.
I never realized. I have a bunch of coworkers who have school age kids. You know, my brother and sister in law, their children are now reaching that school age. And I kind of remember this before school started. You know, for a majority of us who do summers off, you get a list. You get this magic list of things that you have to buy, and you want to always make sure that you had everything on that list. And it was a giant rush in August to buy, and the list was so specific. And I feel like I'm hearing mixed stories from other people about how oh, you have to get the Crayola 16-pack, crayons.
What's wrong with the off-brand crayons? It's like, are the schools in with big crayon?
That's what I was always wondering now. As a kid, you're like, oh, I just have to get that kind because,
Yeah, we always look at education like it's different, but it's just a business. It's essentially just a cartel. And it's like if you had a business where it's like you're coming in, you're a new employee, and you have to buy a certain brand of, whatever, XYZ, or like a certain brand of laptop you have to buy. And it's like, that's because the company has a contract with whatever brand the laptop is. That's exactly what's going on with Crayola.
I can't. It's shocking.
Big crayon.
It's insane. Like, why?
I don't know. Remember Trapper Keepers? Those things were tight. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember. I've had I think I had one or two throughout my whole school career. I think I could make it last a full year.
I remember a couple years they had the ones where you could put baseball cards in there, and I was a big baseball card kid back in the day, and I remember just was it 6th, 7th grade? It was so damn cool, and you don't want to put your big time cards in there, so I'm not putting the Harmon Killebrew rookie or the Willie Mays rookie cards in there. You're just random guys, Kent Herbeck and Gary Gaetti. Let's go.
Ooh, interesting.
Gary Gaetti, Gene Larkin, Chili Davis, Shane Mack, all the really random ass twins from when they were good.
I don't like it.
Good. Brian Harper, because so Minnesota kids that open up a lot of baseball cards back in the day knew for a fact you would get 17 Brian Harpers before you would get one Kirby Puckett. It happened every single time.
I believe you.
Brian Harper, the catcher with the really bushy ass mustache. I still see that card in my sleep. Yeah. But what other back to school items were there? The one that was always the pain in the ass is the TI-83 calculator.
Yes. Yeah.
The thing was $140. It graphed. It never worked because we always messed up the formula anyways until the teacher finally just wrote it on the board. It's like, I'm sick of you MFers. Just put this on here so I can mule you on to the next grade and get you out of my class. Or it's just all right. Well, our school provided some of them, they had them in the back. But I remember some of the kids had their own calculators, or it was ooh, I got the blue TI-83 calculator, or I got the clear one. Remember when everything clear was so cool?
Yeah.
I had a clear alarm clock. It's awesome. I can see all the transistors. I don't really care. But yeah, it's why do you need this? And $140 back in 2000s, that was a lot of money. Still a lot of money.
I think luckily for us, I don't think when getting the graphing calculators, I think we got them as early as 8th or 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I think the TI-83 you're able to hold on to that throughout your 4 years. If you took those math level classes to need those ones. I feel after I left, I feel oh, you can only get the TI-83 Plus or like the TI-85. Or there used to be controversy about people who like got hand-me-down TI-82s, from like
Look
older
at that,
siblings and
yeah.
stuff. It's like, no, you needed the TI-83 to follow along with the thing because like there were slight differences between the 82, 83, 83 Plus. Like I remember there was like an 85 or 87, which sounded way cooler, but it did less.
Yeah. And when Muggsy starts off in elementary school, was it colored pencils, crayons, maybe some protractor stuff, or I don't even know what these kids do nowadays. Probably iPads when they're in 4th grade.
That's what's getting scarier. Like when I want to have kids someday, I hear it's all going technology. It's all technology now.
Well, Muggsy, sometimes the wife lets her play with her phone, and she probably doesn't know what she's doing, but she figures out, like, hey, if I slide this, it goes to another screen, and she's starting to put that together, so it's kind of scary. Pretty soon she's going to be fixing my phone, which would be nice.
Have you noticed, I think with the younger grades, it was always, talking to my coworkers, and when she was shopping for her kids, it was no longer buying supplies for your kid, but for the collective class.
Communism.
Like everyone, like everyone had to bring in like a box of Kleenex, or everyone had to bring in like XYZ amount of so and so.
A box of Kleenex.
Yeah, don't you ever? I always remember I had to bring in a box of Kleenex in my grade school.
Your teacher was a pervert.
It was like the collective like boxes of Kleenex and stuff.
It's like what the hell? You got the Uline catalog. What is this bullshit? Why are we stocking your supply closet, teacher?
I feel like that's what it was for elementary school.
Yeah, Mrs. I won't say her name. Mrs. Johnson. You had to bring a pack of Camels.
Smoke if you got them.
Mrs. Stelplu. Nice lady. A little gruff. Who's your favorite teacher growing up?
Growing up, I think. What's weird? I remember all my teachers in elementary school. Cannot remember a single one middle school, high school.
Really?
Other than high school, Mr. Knighton inspired me to want to become a math teacher because he made just math fun. He was able to joke while teaching. Mr. Zoomer, same thing in high school. But the elementary school teachers really wanted me to go into teaching. I mean, a lot of them were just so nice. And
yeah, if only you didn't have like all those federal restrictions on you.
Shut up, Andy.
All right, so clothes. Like, what was your... Like, were you into like the fashion, trying to keep up with the Joneses, whole thing?
No, not really. No, I don't think we didn't. I don't think we were. No, I don't think I was. I think, just it was all about having the nice supplies. School, just have clean clothes. I think
That'd
my
be
mom
the first
hated it.
step.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. Didn't matter. I don't think. To me, clothing didn't matter at all. I think shoes might have mattered. I think having nice tennis shoes.
Now, I am a little worried because of all the... So, Crystal likes to buy stuff for others. Like she gets that from her mom. She's not a shopper per se, but she likes getting nice things for others. And, Muggsy is going to be in there too. So, it'll be like just an explosion of crap. Plus, I hope Muggsy isn't basic. Like, she doesn't turn into a basic chick where it's just like, oh my God, Daddy, I need these new jeans. I need these sunglasses. I need 17 like iced macchiatos. And oh my God, I'm like
Frozen. It's also gonna be
like,
Frozen.
Damn it! Yeah, your mother and I are saving for you to go to Stanford, not Dakota County Community College. Not there's anything wrong with Dakota County Community College, but you know what I mean.
Like how you do that.
Yeah, it's like if she starts like, oh my God. I don't know why I need to go to English class. I already speak English. If that happens, I failed. Reset.
I feel like
try and kid too.
Is it because she's turning in that, or is it because the friends? It's the social stuff. I think the friends kind of. I think they play more of a factor of doing that.
It is. Oh, this is a power move, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so the wife just brought Nick and I a beer.
Did you text me?
Coming to the studio, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is random.
This is definitely a power move. Now, but I feel like with back to school, and we'll get into once Muggs is in elementary that a lot of parents do see it as free babysitting. I mean, during the summer, you got all these kids running around. It's just like, all right, what can we sign them up for? They'll keep them busy. All right, sports. All right, swimming lessons. All right, summer camp. All right. And then suddenly it's back to school, and it's like, now they're the state's problem for now.
I think it's also kind of a challenge too, because then you have to play the game with, the mom and dad have to play okay, who's going to be able to drop off or pick up from school? Who's going to deal with that kid, after 3 p.m., obviously because schools.
After school programs.
If they exist and if they cost money. A lot of times that plays a big factor in what they're going to do. Kids need to be in school more. They should be in school as long as us parents who work. They need to be smarter.
Now,
like the Chinese or like the Japanese, right? Don't they have like 18 hours of school a day?
they probably should. Like, what's your thought on like schools in California going to school year round, and they just have instead of summers off, they have extended breaks. So they like have extended Christmas, extended spring break, like a mini summer break.
I don't mind that at all. My coworker, she enrolled her daughter, who's going into second grade now, into a program like that up in Blaine.
Is her name Bella?
No.
All right, thank God.
She's in there now, and I think she likes it a lot to be able to get in school earlier. But there's a ton of breaks, and if you work, and that means you have to be on the ball to be able to cover
That would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like I think it's almost like like every month you have 3 full weeks of school, then like a week off, 3 full weeks off, 3 full weeks off, and then like summer you get like 1 month off. But which is nice because then the kids can go back to school or stay there later, or enter school earlier in the season compared to others. But there's a lot of breaks, so you have to make sure you can cover to have to watch the kid, unless you want to leave the kid at home.
Is it bad that I'm looking forward to the age of Muggsy can be alone by herself, and we're not concerned like she's gonna hurt herself or do something stupid or steal my liquor or anything like that? So what is that age? Is that 10?
That's we'll have to have a podcast.
Well, I guess it depends on. Oh, it depends on the kid. Well, no shit, but generally speaking, come on.
I'm trying to think how old I was when I was first left alone. I feel like
4. The older one's watching the little one.
Mr. TV is watching me.
No, see that's always the most annoying thing. Where just like you're asking for an approximation ballpark, and then they counter with it depends on the blah. Hey, what's the best car to drive? Well, it depends what you're driving it for. God damn it, just say Toyota. All right, next. On to the next interaction.
Whoever the sponsor of the show is what I will say.
We should work on getting sponsored for this show. We got enough downloads. We could do it.
I'm all for that.
Back to school stuff. Oh, we got get all the trapper keepers we want, Nick.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Now, in school, did you have a homeroom like elementary school, or was it kind of like high school where you were just shuttled back and forth?
No, elementary school we had one general.
Like you had your own desk?
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just remember all the setup on the desk because the ones with the top that folds up. Then you had all the deep stuff in there. It's just like, all right, so everyone's carving a whole bunch of shit in underneath the top, and just like you got your candy hidden over here, you got your pencils, you got all your stuff here. I kind of miss having a desk.
A desk like that. You do have
like
a desk.
School desk.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I kind of want one, except I don't think I would fit in. They should do adult school desks. Yeah.
I feel like they do.
Probably.
Like maybe like a weird office style or something. I don't know. I always remember at the end of the school year needing to clean that mofo out and like these like broken pencils and broken crayons in like the back. It's like
And there was always one dirty ass kid who had. All right, so there was a kid who was in elementary, and his area was so disgusting and dirty that the teacher actually separated him from the class and put masking tape around his desk, probably about 5 foot by 3 foot square, and he had to keep all of his stuff in there. I'm just like, damn it, how come he gets more real estate than me? I'm rubbing up shoulders here against Mike, and it's just like, man, If I was just dirty as hell, I could have all the space I want.
Should we teach the kid about cleaning? No. Let's just block it off.
Yeah, it's like you're getting a first class ticket on a plane if you're the dirtiest mofo out there. I could do that.
That would be nice.
Oh man.
Oh, and I just took a giant dump in my pants. put me on first class.
I'm trying to think who my favorite elementary school teacher was. I'd probably say Mrs. Colbinson, who was the kindergarten teacher. She's a nice lady. I don't remember much about kindergarten. What? Go.
I do have a kindergarten story if we have a second.
Yeah.
All right, I had her name was Miss Oxton. Kindergarten was weird, I think, for me. No. Old. Right away, I can tell you no. It was like a half day kind of kindergarten program, and like there was like an extended day or something in the afternoon. I'll always remember a tool that the teachers always used for cutting paper is called a. You have the giant, the like machete style paper cutter.
Yeah.
Yep. Our teacher cut her thumb off in front of us in kindergarten. I remember her she shouted, she grabbed her thumb, and just ran out the door. And like another like kindergarten teacher on the other side of the hallway like saw it, and like she went like comfort us, be like, everything's okay, kids, everything is fine.
It's all right. She's just menstruating really hard.
Oh my god! I'll never. Only thing I really remember from kindergarten was the giant paper.
All right, so that's why you don't know the days of the week or counting or colors. You just remember
the blood. I don't remember seeing blood, but I just remember her just.
Mr. T, what's your prediction for Nick's kindergarten class? Pain. How do you think she's doing nowadays?
I don't know if they're even still alive.
Good old teacher number 9.
What?
9 fingers.
Oh, teacher number 9. I can tell you I have since high school. Probably like after.
Oh, I tried to get her phone number, except she only gave me 9 digits. Sorry, go ahead.
I was always curious if my teacher if they're still around. I went to my elementary school and none of the teachers are still there. So
Really?
all retired or I wouldn't surprise me if they're dead.
Well,
They will.
how come teachers didn't move with you, like Mr. Feeney in Boy Meets World? Oh, it's like, oh, he's a professor now? Yeah, this is believable. Awesome.
Did you have any hot teachers?
Yes. Mrs. Lehman was a middle school, so yeah, everything's going to be hot in the middle school. Middle school English teacher. And she was hot in the sense of, like you could see her in the news if she was like a teacher in Florida. Like a Florida teacher, blah, 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 17 students, da-da-da. I always think it's funny, the double standard where if a female teacher sleeps with a student, everyone's just like, man, that's pretty hot. That's pretty fantastic. But if a male teacher sleeps with a student, it's just like, lock that mother up and throw away the key. Build the jail on top of him. It's over.
You really don't even hear stories of male teachers anymore. Like everyone it goes straight to like the news. I think like an instance where that happened with the male teacher and like the female student. I feel like it's just like Law and Order, just lock up. There's no media coverage at all. But nope, if it's a woman teacher, male student.
Well, I feel like the female teachers are always kind of hot. Like every time you see their mugshot on the news, you're like, all right, I can kind of see that. And also, they never show pictures of the victim, which is good. But when you do, like on the news, like the Mary Kay Letourneau guy, they're all like 14-year-old, 6 foot, 180 pound, like yoked up, really shitty mustache looking kids. They're just like, this kid is a grown man. I can. It's not like she's preying on 8-year-olds.
I don't think that's the only name I can think of that Mary Kay woman. I felt like that kid was kind of young though. I think he was a Latino kid, so he must
was
have
he Filipino?
No, I don't think it was Filipino. I think it was Latino.
Oh, because he would be a national hero above Pacquiao.
No.
Oh, what was there was a Seth Meyers thing. It was like the teacher is getting blah blah blah, like 5 months, and then unfortunately the victim passed away due to too many high fives. There's
Middle school that's so young. I don't know. I had a hot teacher in high school, Miss Schultz, like just out of college teaching.
Yep.
So
I feel like that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Once you get like the 17-year-olds who actually really are grown ass men, and then you got like the 22-year-old student teacher / intern / first time job. That's a recipe for bad things.
yeah, no, I'm shocked I wasn't in jail before. Oh my god, the
Well, see,
thoughts I had.
I feel like it happens a lot more than we know, mainly because it's just like the people who get caught are just sloppy, right? And yeah, if the female teacher is
Sloppy seconds.
if the female teacher is smart about it, and then like the kid's never gonna rat her out. They're just like, well, if I rat her out, that means no more sex. So what am I gonna do? I guess I'll keep quiet.
Yeah, you would think that's how it happened.
And then he turns 18, the magic's gone.
Snapchat. It's all on Snapchat.
It really is, yeah. So that's kind of back to school. Do they still make trapper keepers?
I don't know if they. I mean, they might be just deformed like three-ring binders now. I mean,
Yeah.
fancier three-ring binders.
Lame.
I don't know if like the
Lame.
name Trapper Keeper still exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can find crazy cool.
I just remember getting folders was like a big thing, like getting sports teams folders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like in the whole suite. You know, you get the 3-pack, you get the Wolves, the Twins, and then the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
No Wild because they didn't exist back then. But that was always fun. And you'd always get one set of folders a year. Your parents would never buy replacements. And just like springtime comes around, and you're just like, it's all weighted down, all these papers, and you're just like, oh, come on, Bessie. Come on, Twins folder. Just hold on a little more. No.
Yeah, that's what it was. Hold on, it's a little bit longer.
Also, you know how all those folders had like a spot for notes or phone numbers? It's just like, who the hell's writing a phone number in a folder?
Not me. No.
Like, why is this important for a child to know?
I don't know.
And besides, if someone steals the kid's folder or if he loses it, kids lose things. Oh, all of a sudden you got your home phone number. Nice.
Home phone numbers mattered back then because that's how you contacted people.
Do you remember your home phone number back in the day?
Oh, yes.
Give us the last 4 digits.
No, because I use that for pins for certain things.
All right, give us the first. No, it doesn't matter. See.
No, but yeah, I still.
I was 2172.
What was that? 2-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, how many of your kids, when you were a kid, how many of your friends' phone numbers do you remember?
It's good because I do remember them. My buddy Rick, always remember his 482-9991. The roadies, neighbors, 481-8287, I think.
I never remember the specific. Hopefully, they still live there because it's just like
No,
that'd be awesome.
And who has home phone numbers anymore? That's the
Yeah.
that's the biggest scariest saddest thing is that
Yeah, I love Charter and CenturyLink, just like bundled with home phone for another $9.99 a month.
you're like, no.
No, who needs home phone?
I mean, realistically, I mean, all houses should have a home phone. I mean, because obviously, we're so dependent on our cell phones, and
The grid went down, man.
yeah, if something happens, I mean, you're one of my best friends, Andy. I don't know your number off the top of my head. If I needed to get a hold of you, if like my phone was
Well,
the next,
you're in luck, Nick, because I know my number.
I only know my number. I don't know my brother's. I don't know any of my friends' numbers. It's all.
We need to get one of those damn kids folders and write down everyone's phone number in it.
That's what we should do.
And then until it explodes when all of our math homework in May just decides to commit Hirakiri.
We're just saving all those random sheets from like September, like when you go and throw away your thing in June. It's like, welcome to so and so second grade class. I'm like, oh shit.
Welcome to Earth. I don't know what we accomplished.
We talked a little bit about shopping. We talked a little
Back to school, hot teachers, Twins folder. That's the way to go. What's coming up for you, Nick? What should people be looking forward to?
I'm gonna keep plugging away at the latest news in the Hollywood world right now. Olympics is kind of taking over a lot of the major news stories right now. Trying to see if any latest developments of new films coming out.
Simone Biles.
Yes.
Is that her name?
I think so.
She's pretty good. Also pretty good. Buy all your school supplies on Amazon, dadmodepod.com/Amazon. Redirect to the homepage. Bookmark it. Every time you buy something, use the link. Do it. And we'll get a couple nickels, and we'll keep on keeping on. All right. This show is available on iTunes, on Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Follow us on Twitter at DadModePod. Me at Andy Carlson Show, or Nick at Nickason. The website is dadmodepod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode, and good night and good luck. That is all.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.
Hey everyone, it's me, Nickason, aka Uncle Nick, co-host of the Dad Mode podcast. Before we begin the show, I thought I'd let you guys know about a side project I'm working on called the Nickason Podcast. That's right, I am hosting my own podcast where I talk about the latest news in the entertainment world. From movies, television, music, anything pop culture, I talk about it on my show. So please check me out, the Nickason Podcast. We air new episodes every Wednesday. Now, on with the show.